Now that we've finished wrapping our guides, it's time to move on and install the tip top and hook keeper. This is Rod Building 101. What you'll need to install your tip top: razor blade, tip top adhesive, an alcohol burner or a lighter, a tip top, and a pair of pliers for safety. Now we're going to show you how to install a tip top two ways. I have left my CRB core hand wrapper here on my workbench, which is going to give me stability when I install and align my tip top to my rod guides. The first method to installing a tip top is to take your razor blade and cut a small piece of the tip top adhesive stick. That small piece can actually fit down into the tube on your tip top. You can press the adhesive down into the tube and take your pliers. Lightly grasp the tube on your tip top. Do not grab this by the ceramic ring or you can crush it. Then take your tube with your alcohol burner. You can light it with a lighter. You will waft the tip top over the flame. That will melt the adhesive inside of the tube, and then you take that to your rod blank. Very easy. You can use the pliers to align your tip top with the remainder of your guides. The second method to installing a tip top is actually the one that I prefer. I use my alcohol burner to actually melt the end of our tip top adhesive stick. Light your alcohol burner, lightly wave the tip top adhesive into the flame, and you will notice the tip top adhesive will start to become soft. Transfer that to a hard surface like your working bench, and you'll actually smear the hot tip top onto your workbench. Give it a few seconds, and then you can actually roll that piece of tip top adhesive into a small tube shape of tip top adhesive. I take my cap, replace the alcohol burner just for safety, move that aside, and I will take the tip top adhesive and place it into the tube of my tip top. Now that your adhesive is inside of the tube on your tip top, take your pliers and lightly grasp your tip top, taking care not to crush the ceramic or to crush the tube. We're then going to light our alcohol burner. We will then gently waft the tip top into the flame, which will melt our tip top adhesive. Once it's melted, we will transfer that tip top to your rod blank. You'll notice as I'm inserting the rod blank into the tip top, I am spinning the rod 360 degrees to make sure the inside of the tube of your tip top is properly coated, and it creates a great bond with your rod blank. We're going to cap the alcohol burner. Give this just a few seconds to dry, and then if you have any leftover tip top adhesive on the outside of the tube, you can actually just take your fingernail and pull it right off. In the event you need to realign your tip top, you can take a lighter and very gently waft the flame underneath the tube on your tip top, taking care not to touch the rod blank. Then you can reset your tip top to be sure that your top and all of your running guides are in line. Now that we have our tip top installed and aligned with all of our guides, we've got one more step before we move on to decals, and that is the hook keeper. Hook keeper placement can vary, and on personal preference, some will place it down here in the split grip section. Some will place it just above the foregrip like I have here. It's very simple. It is exactly like wrapping a double-footed guide that we showed earlier, and it's a great addition to any rod build to keep your lures secure while you're not fishing. As you can see, my hook keeper is already wrapped. So now we're going to move on to the next step, which is applying decals.